You thought you'd seen it all? A K-pop idol versus predators, and you're wrong. This ain't a fight, it's an execution, and she's not the one dying today. If you're ready for a real slaughter, hit subscribe and watch a star explode. A flash of torn space spat her out onto an alien hellscape instantly. 1 second she heard stadium screams, the next she smelled decay everywhere. Rumi, the world's biggest K-pop idol, was suddenly standing in a massive graveyard. Her bright yellow racing jacket seemed to glow against the blood-red sky. Her long, thick purple braids slapped against her back, a splash of electric color. The whole pop idol aesthetic was a joke in this nightmare landscape of death. The air shimmered like heat, and 3 red dots locked onto her forehead suddenly. Rumi froze, her perfectly trained body unable to react without choreography guiding her. Instinct finally screamed at her to run, but her stilettos sank into blood-soaked muck. A sharp click came. Something invisible sliced past her ear, and she collapsed down. Blood smeared her yellow jacket as monstrous shapes materialized all around her silently. Predators scanned her body, analyzing her fragile anatomy as if she were an insect. A hurricane of thoughts tore through her mind, insisting this would be her end. Yet buried beneath the bright pop idol aesthetic, something ancient waited to awaken. The choice was simple: die scared as Rumi or unleash the monster inside. Red dots targeted her again as she raised her head with new determination forming. Her eyes reflected the crimson sky with hunger, not fear, burning through her. The first predator approached confidently, raising wrist blades to slice through her neck. Rumi moved to a beat. But this wasn't dance, just primal instinct guiding survival. Her body twisted unnaturally as deadly blades cut only through empty air quickly. But she remained human, too weak, and the second predator fired without hesitation. Plasma slammed into her shoulder, burning through the yellow jacket instantly. Her scream twisted mid-sound into a guttural roar, something inhuman breaking through. Her fall triggered the transformation. Pain didn't break her, it finally fed her. Her idol mask shattered completely as her nails lengthened into black predatory talons. Her thick purple braid whipped around like a living weapon as she moved. Her eyes ignited with unnatural light while predator scanners screamed from power overload. She was no longer prey. She lunged forward with impossible speed and fury. She ripped into a hunter's chest, shredding armor like thin paper without effort. Her yellow jacket became a bright blur of motion amid the mangled gore. Another tried trapping her in a net, but she hurled it back instantly. She became a meat grinder, turning elite hunters into mangled piles of gore. Every injury she took only fueled the furnace roaring inside her body. Only one remained: the commander, massive, scarred, a veteran of countless battles. He dropped his cannon, raising gleaming blades, demanding a duel of pure honor. But honor in a slaughterhouse means nothing, and he was already doomed. Their clash shook the planet. Metal screamed while plasma blasts carved smoking craters. He fought with mastery and precision, landing a blade deep into her side. For a moment it seemed discipline could defeat raw, monstrous fury driving her. But he made one fatal mistake. He believed her pain meant weakness again. When he moved for the kill, she smiled as her wound healed instantly. She snapped his arm with a sickening crunch and tore off his mask. Then, before he could scream, she ripped his head clean from his spine. Silence fell as Rumi stood among corpses, breathing heavily in the stillness. The air tore open again, forming the same portal that brought her here, but this time it carried a calm. Cold voice her producer, Mr. Kim, excellent. Rumi, that wasn't a glitch. That was your final exam today. These creatures were sparring partners. We needed proof you're ready for the war market. Her entire life, the songs, the concerts, her electric pop idol aesthetic was a clever disguise. She wasn't a star, she was a weapon polished for sale across galaxies. The portal vanished, leaving her alone with the truth crushing her chest. She collapsed to her knees, not from wounds, but from unbearable betrayal inside. Her eyes caught the commander's shattered mask. In a shard, she saw herself. A monster with a thick purple braid stared back from the reflection. It wore a torn yellow jacket and blue shorts, its eyes blazing with fury. And in that reflection, she didn't see despair. She saw absolute clarity forming. Mr. Kim wanted a weapon, and he got one, but made a mistake. He forgot the rule, never let your weapon begin thinking for itself. Rumi stood up slowly and lifted the predator mask as a symbol. The metal crumbled in her fist as she chose her true identity finally. The real decision wasn't dying or transforming. It was who she becomes now. Either remain a puppet or become the monster even her creators would fear. She stared at the blood-red sky where the portal vanished moments earlier. They thought this was her execution, then her hunt, but both were wrong. This was her genesis, her awakening, her beginning beyond their control entirely. The universe was her new stage, and her world tour had just begun. If you love this bloodbath, like the video, comment future opponents, and share it.